Divorce is sometimes really weird. Like, I've literally been replaced. He's going, it's whatever, 3 streets away from here with his new family to this housewarming party of his friends, who were my friends too. I mean, via him. It's just so weird, like, to be fully replaced.
After ending their marriage, she assumed he'd struggled to find someone to take her place. But she was shocked at how easily he was able to do it.
Your last breakup, was it your fault or theirs?
It was both. We were together from very, very young. I don't know, you just evolve over time as you get older, and it was like more of a thing of like, oh, I want more for myself. And I realized that the person I fell in love with when I was younger just wasn't really who I was anymore.
Was it hard to end the relationship?
Yeah, it was super hard because he was a great guy, amazing person. I had to mourn the loss of like an 8-year relationship, which was really hard for me. And I spent a lot of time crying, a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of therapy.
Did you ever doubt your decision?
I did at some points, especially when I had family telling me you should just get back with him and like try to make it work. And I knew for myself that's not what I wanted and what was meant for my life anymore. And so I had to just stay firm on my decision.
What was something that you learned about yourself?
I learned that I hold on way longer than I should, that it's okay to appreciate what has been and to love what's to come as well.
What amazes me is that he will likely be the same guy she comes back to once she's ready to settle down, and then complain that she can't find them.
What advice would you give to someone who's still in a relationship just for the convenience or the comfort of it?
I think that's what really got me to make that decision, was like really sitting like, is this something that I really, really want? That's a really hard decision to make. And so having a therapist that can help really reflect and dissect every little part of what you're feeling and what you're going through is really monumental.
Can I have your name and where you're from?
My name is Heather and I'm from New York, but I am Dominican.
Both? Definitely her. Amazing guy. That's why I left him. She outgrew him and thought she could do better. Women tend to mature earlier than men, and if he can't keep up, that's his loss. It was both. She wanted more, and he deserves someone who sees him as a partner that has more. Interpretation. I wanted to keep my options open for a much higher value guy. Have you ever noticed how breakups always seem mutual until you actually hear the full story? She said both, and then admitted she was the one who decided to leave, even though there were no real issues. It sounds like one of those situations where the guy ends up being held accountable, even when he's the one who got cheated on. What really stood out was how she described him as a great guy, and yet still chose to walk away. That's exactly why there is an old saying that nice guys always finish last. He probably just wasn't Chad enough. But here's the twist. He's the one who actually won in the end because now he's free. Free to find someone who genuinely values and appreciates what he brings to the relationship. This short clip shows exactly the reason why there are so many content on social media of women complaining about how hard dating is and how they can't find a good guy. The truth is that most of them already had a good guy at some point. Someone they could have built something with, if they really wanted to, but for whatever reason, they walked away. Just like in this case, and by the time they circle back, those guys have either lost interest or moved on entirely.
What's your relationship advice?
If your man cannot afford your bills, you need to find a job, not another man.
We cooking with this one. Take notes, baby.
A real man pays for everything at all times. If he's a hardworking man, please lower your expectations and help him to handle the family. Facts. It's not always about money. Finally, someone with really great advice. We have to agree that she's smart. She knows that many of them are looking for the wrong solution to their problems. It was clearly laid out. If you can't pay your bills, the answer isn't to find someone else to cover them, but to increase your income. And the most effective way to do that is by either changing careers or picking up a part-time job. Someone else shouldn't be the solution for your financial issues.
And when I got with him, I'm like, oh, you got a prize. That's all I ever knew. I'm like, I'm beautiful, I'm gifted, I'm talented. I ain't slept with all your friends. I ain't been out here. I'm not a hoe. I don't have a track record. I'm just listing off the things. I'm telling you, year one, I was like, oh, I'm trash. I was like, am terrible at this. As you just stated, because when you are single, especially when you just got girlfriends around you, your girlfriends are not telling you about yourself. I'm sorry, they're not. Especially if you are beautiful and bossed up. So you most likely got a bunch of yes women around you anyways. Ain't nobody really pulling friends aside saying, hey, I notice you kind of be lying a lot. Or I notice you kind of, you be tripping and snapping and popping off all the time. Like, what's going on with this anger? I noticed that you might want to go to therapy. Friends don't. Now, mine, yes. But most friends aren't really doing that. It isn't until you get married, if you pay attention, where you're like, oh my goodness, I have a lot of work to do. Those first 3-4 years, I was shocked at how trash I was. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know I could be this bad. I'm impatient. I am angry. I have so much trauma and toxicity in me. I think I'm right. I say I want a leader, but I want to be one. I say I want him to wear the pants, but nigga, move aside. I want to wear them. Actually, I say I want you to be in control, but I think I'm smarter. I have pride. I have ego.
Most guys would consider themselves lucky to find someone this mature. Someone honest enough to acknowledge that she's not perfect, and let's be real, that level of accountability must be appreciated. It's not something you come across every day. He was fortunate to end up with someone who is not playing games, who's genuinely committed to becoming a better spouse, and a big part of that growth came from the people she surrounds herself with. That's exactly why it's so important to have real friends around you and your spouse, the kind who tell it like it is, because that's what drives growth. It's that kind of honest feedback that helps someone improve not just for themselves, but for the people they care about.
Divorce is sometimes really weird. Like, we're almost done with it all. Everything is already settled. We're slowly heading towards a year. And my ex moved on, has a girlfriend. He's got a whole new family built up. It's all fine. We're all good. But there are still some moments where I'm like, it's just weird. Like this weekend, so I am living in the house that we had bought together, and I live in the town where he grew up. So all of his friends' family live here, and he now lives somewhere else. So his friends are having a housewarming party this weekend, and it should be my weekend with my daughter, but he asked, like, hey, we have this housewarming party, and they're having a trampoline, and it's like really fun for the kids. Is it okay if I take her during the day and drop her off in the evening with you, and then you can have her the rest of the evening and Sunday? And we're going to the States in 2 weeks anyways. I get her for 2 full weeks. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. It's especially because I know it's going to be fun for her. But it's so weird. Like, I've literally been replaced. He's going, it's whatever, 3 streets away from here with his new family to this housewarming party of his friends, who were my friends too. I mean, via him. It's just so weird, like, to be fully replaced.
You know what's interesting? She says the divorce is weird now that he's moved on, built a new family, and even brought their kid to a party just down the street. But here's the thing. It's only weird to her because she didn't expect him to move on that fast. I guess things didn't go as she expected. Let's be honest. Chances are she filed for divorce, but now watching another woman value what she gave up on will inevitably make her question her decision and possibly regret it. But it's too late for that now, and I get it. It's uncomfortable seeing someone appreciating the person you left, but that's life. It doesn't stop just because things didn't work out. He had to keep moving. Now he's focusing on his new family, and that's exactly what she also needs to do. There is no point in thinking about the past as it can't be changed.
I expect every man that I go out with, platonic or not, to pay for me, period. And the reason that I do is because I know my value as a woman. I understand my social currency, and you, my darling, need to understand your social currency as well. That man is there with you, protecting you, providing for you, caring for you. You are in his custody. For him to not pay for you is an insult. So the way to do it, 2 different ways. One is when you're out on a date or you're going out to grab something to eat or whatever, at checkout or when you're sitting, right before, not as they're paying, you say, thank you for treating me. I really appreciate you treating me. Because what that does is insinuate that it's an expectation. You're not giving them room. You're not giving that man room to say no to you, okay? If it's a date, you simply just say, I've never been treated this way. This is so strange to me. Again, thank you for treating me. I'm gonna go home now. Get up and leave. Because what the fuck was that? You're not fucking paying regardless. If it's your friend and he behaves in a strange way, you should be like, you know what? I think it's very strange that you're not offering to pay for a woman. You don't care for a woman. Yeah, we're equals, but like, I'm in your custody.
She can keep dreaming of finding the guy who will entertain that possibility, but that only works on simps. The kind of guys who accept being in the friend zone and pay some bills just to stay close. She's not confused by confidence. She's confused by the number of simps she's dealt with. I guess she has been dealing with guys who use money to get her attention, and now she thinks it's standard. She says a man should provide for her regardless, but that's what a boyfriend or a husband does. Why would a random guy, or even a friend, be expected to fulfill the boyfriend role while she doesn't reciprocate the same energy? And it was funny when she advised other women to just leave if the guy isn't willing to pay their bills. But where's their money? I don't understand this begging mindset when they are working.
Tennis star Satya Vikari says she no longer dates for free due to the behavior of men. In order to go on a date with her, the athlete now requires a pre-date deposit of $1,000 that the man has to pay before she agrees to the date. While I'm not sure if Satya's $1,000 deposit policy is refundable if the date goes well, the tennis player says men should look at the payment as a future investment.
I wish her good luck because she's going to need a lot of it. Unless she's only expecting simps to take her on dates, that kind of mindset will never work. Why would any guy in his right mind make that kind of deposit when he is also investing his time trying to check whether she is someone he would want to spend time with? And then she called it an investment. But what man is going to view it that way when he's still trying to figure out if she's even qualified? That's the part she seems to overlook. He's also going on that date without any guarantee she'll be what he's looking for. So what exactly does he get if it doesn't work out the way he hoped? The good thing is that the simping era is coming to an end, and that means she might want to find a comfortable place to sit and wait because it's going to be a long ride.